Welcome to Her Unshakeable Confidence with dynamic mother-daughter duo Simone and Olivia Knego, where they discuss the secrets of transformation and how to build bold confidence and unwavering resilience. From intimate conversations with inspiring guests to sharing their personal journeys of triumph and challenge, Simone and Olivia create a supportive space where every woman is encouraged to rise above her fears and love the woman in the mirror. Tune into Her Unshakeable Confidence and join this special journey of connection and growth. It's like catching up with old friends who inspire you to be bravely and uniquely you.
Welcome to this week's episode of Her Unshakeable Confidence. I'm Simone Knego.
And I'm Olivia Knego. And today, my confidence is shaken.
I was like, how are we going to start this? Okay.
I thought that was pretty good. Actually.
I think that was really good.
Yeah, even in the worst of times, I'm still creative.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, it feels very weird not having to go this close to the mic, just so we can point that out.
Yeah, I mean, you can go that close to the mic if you want to.
I know, but it just feels weird not having to. I asked the manager in my building for the audience listening to fix the audio in the podcasting room, and he actually was an audio engineer, so totally fix it.
Yeah, she went down to complain because the room was a mess.
Yeah, and rigged out fine.
Yeah, because the guy's an audio engineer, so now it's all fixed.
But back to the topic of shaking confidence.
Unshakable.
Okay, yeah, it's unshakable, but
She can't even talk. It's so bad.
Right now, I'm a little bit shaken. And the shitty thing is that I had a really good week. That's Tuesday. That's embarrassing to say. I had a really good Monday up until
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, so do tell. I mean, I know what happened, but tell the audience. Tell the woman out there listening what happened to you.
Oh, law school sucks, and the first email I got today was essentially hey, one else, you should probably not go on spring break places. We don't recommend it. You shouldn't do anything for spring break. You need to stay home and write your appellate brief. And then 5 minutes later, probably not 5. In my head, it was 5 minutes later, but I got the email about my appellate brief, conference draft, edits. And I don't know. I think it just really shook me to my core. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do, I guess. Tear down your brief and you build it back up. But all I wanted was a break, and all I'm looking forward to was spring break in the week upcoming and not having to actually work or work as hard as I normally do. And just I don't know, I feel like everything came crashing down all at once. And I don't know, there's a lot of external factors too that I feel like maybe law school was just the straw.
Because you have so many other things that are bugging you?
Mostly just world events.
Yeah.
That's kind of very stressful to me right now. Looked at the news a little bit too much yesterday, so.
We got rid of cable. It was a very good choice.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys don't have cable either, but I don't sit on my phone and just, search and search and search. I do read the news every morning, and then I look away. And then your dad usually comes home and says, "Did you hear about this?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't hear about that." He came home yesterday and said, and this is not verified information. This is just something that was discussed, that Ron DeSantis's wife has now said that she wants to run for governor. Did you hear that? Okay. But
I did I thought okay, whatever.
Anyways, so I mean, this isn't political. This is just funny because I want to read you what she said, because he came home and I said, that can't be what she said.
And I also, I would like you to read me while you pull that up. I would like to say that regardless of any politics, a politician's wife or husband is the one person to know that they know that they should not become it because of how horrible the job is.
So, but this is just where we are right now. This is comical to me. So when asked by a reporter about the 2026 contest, she replied by using a quote from baseball legend Yogi Berra. "When you come to a fork in the road, take it." That was her answer about what she, and who knows if she's going to run or not. But so when we're talking, I mean, I bring that up because we're talking about the world. I know nothing about her either. It's just when we're talking about the world, we're You know what? Anybody can do anything these days, right?
I mean, yeah, you want to hear something horrible? Andrew Tate is back. Like, he
Yeah.
was off house arrest. Like, he's back in the States.
Yeah. And if you look at
Like,
who is the head of education now, which they're going to get rid of the
McMahon.
education department anyways, but let's have a wrestler in charge of education. And
I guess.
so
Whatever.
I think you just have to take a step back and say, instead of letting it come, you could let this
How?
completely knock you down.
Yeah.
You could. But you can't fix all of those things. What can you fix right now?
My appellate brief.
You can fix your appellate brief. Thank you very much. What can I fix right now? I'm fixing my website. That's what I can do right now.
But that's like a hard mindset for me, because right now I want to restructure the entirety of how like law school is. Like, I don't think 3 years is sufficient, and I don't think putting this much pressure to get this much stuff done in 3 years is sufficient. Or
yeah,
healthy.
it is interesting why it's 3 years and not 4 years, right?
Like,
that extra year can make a big difference.
The extra year, first of all, for like student mental health, lawyers have one of the highest suicide rates, and law students specifically have a very high for graduate students because of the amount of pressure. And
oh, good, we're talking about pressure again.
Well, it's always pressure.
It is.
Everything is pressure. And then like right now, I've been feeling a bit of my imposter syndrome is coming from, I love the material I'm learning, but like, I don't know if I know how to be a lawyer. I know I've been doing this for like 6 months, and don't say anything. But the skills I feel like I'm learning is like, okay, what do lawyers do? They research. I actually enjoyed that. Writing, I did into law school, and then oral arguing.
Oh, you love to argue.
Okay, yes, I do. But like, I don't want to get yelled at. Like, I just want to be told that I'm doing a good job. And I think that.
Oh, no, you don't. Come on. Really? But, that's what you're searching for, is external validation?
A little bit. In the way of like, you work so hard here. You work so hard, and you could get like a 99 out of 100, but everyone else could too. So that's just a B.
Okay, well,
that is the hardest
a B is
thing
enough
to deal with.
Okay, what are you trying to accomplish? I mean, I know you want to be successful, but how do you define it, right? Because, I mean, you already are successful, right? Start right there. But
that's
being top of your class, like,
okay, no. But I just think the amount of pressure they put on us law students as already successful people, like, you couldn't get into law school if you weren't successful and driven and etc. Like, why does it have to be more?
Yeah, it's a really interesting thing, because when you think about lawyers out in the wild, right? Once they've gone through all this, definitely there's settings that are incredibly stressful, and there's so much pressure. You know, I imagine anything to do with corporate, and then
criminal, especially, you have someone's life in your hands.
Right. So I think that's kind of part of the preparation. But the deal is, what percentage of the people that become attorneys have nothing to do with that and just run kind of regular practices?
We should be allowed to specialize a lot sooner than we do. Like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't get exposure at everything. We should, but you're right. Like, realistically, I don't know, will I ever be in a courtroom? I don't know yet. And it's kind of hard for me to like absorb all this information on top of doctrinal classes about the law itself.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And I don't know, I imagine, I haven't gone to school in a different country, but I imagine that the pressure that you're under, no matter where you are, I mean, think about medical school, right? That the amount of stuff that they pack in, and, you know, again, you're dealing with someone's life. So you've got to be able to know all of the little details, or most of them. So, but I think that it's also how you approach it.
Yeah, I know. And I guess, like, I think that I have my like best friends are coming this weekend from college, and I'm so excited. And I was so excited to just like have this break. Like, I have not been able to really go out and do stuff because of the amount of work at this semester. And I know that's the thing with law school. They work you, and then I don't know. And there's like a saying, I forget it, because I try not to listen to the sayings because I don't want them to be real. But I was so looking forward to this upcoming break of like really being like there is life beyond law school. There's life beyond like the four walls of my university. And it kind of feels like, well, not really.
Yeah, but I'm going to say this, and you're going to not be happy with me, but it's kind of what you signed up for, right? I mean,
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. No, like I know this is what I signed up for. It's just still disheartening.
yeah. No, I'm agreeing with you. I mean, it's kind of preparing you for other things in life, right? Sleepless nights, if you ever have a child, things that you go through, whether it's an illness or divorce and all these things like that are so stressful all of the time. I think all the
Yeah.
things that we do kind of prepare us for those moments. Maybe they don't prepare us so well, but they prepare us like just to expect the unexpected. And but you can't let imposter syndrome take over.
I mean, yeah, I know. Like I know that.
Okay? So what are you doing
It's
about it?
just getting back on the wagon, ignoring it until everything's better. Duh.
Ignoring it.
Well, I mean, like I know once I solve the problems in front of me, i.e., catching up on I'm honestly pretty caught up, but like you can never be too caught up, I guess. Catching up on the things I want to and really working on this paper, like my imposter syndrome will at least quiet itself. Because like I don't have it all too often. Like I know when I'm meant to be somewhere. I know. Well, honestly, I don't know if I don't like the idea of you're meant to be somewhere. Like you choose where you're meant to be. There's not like some universe thing. Like if you're meant to be in law school, work your ass off and you'll meant to be there. But if you're like, shit, let me try med school instead, or let me try the corporate world, you might be meant to be there because you put that effort in. My point is there, like, I just, it's sometimes really hard. I mean, the people that I'm surrounded by, and I mean, once you get into any profession, it's the best of the best, right? It's the people that really, worked hard to get
Yeah.
there. And it's really hard, especially you're like all working on the same thing and you're like, well, how am I comparing to them? And like, I don't love playing the comparison game. And I think unfortunately that is just like part of at least the environment that I'm currently in is because we are just compared to each other. Um,
But you're compared to each other to get your grade, not for the material you're learning,
oh
right?
yeah,
So, I
I
mean, I know your
guess.
dad says this all the time. Like the important thing is what are you learning?
Yeah.
Not like, oh,
Yeah.
I get the highest grade in the class. It's like at the end of the day, what did you take away? What are you retaining?
And I definitely try to like keep that mindset as well because I mean, I think that's the important part. And like, that's why I'm there. It's because I actually like the material I'm learning and I want to study it. But then I just wish that like school, I feel like this is so stupid. School would be better if there wasn't grades because you would actually focus on learning for learning rather than learning for grades.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's just like standardized testing, right? I mean, people are studying for standardized tests just to get the grade, not because they are going to retain the stuff
Oh my
afterwards.
God. If you could, I took the LSAT lesson. Yeah, probably like a little bit more than a year ago now. If you ask me to take it now, no.
Yeah, but you like were studying nonstop for it. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
But like it's out my one year,
yeah, it's,
I
yeah,
did it to get
in and
in.
out. That was like when you wanted me to help you with your accounting
Yeah.
class. And I was like, I don't know this stuff anymore,
Like,
right? I
I
studied it
got,
for the class.
yeah. Like, yeah. But like, why is that even a thing that we have to do?
I don't know. Take it up with the school. I can't fix that one.
I know, but I don't know if I can fix it.
Okay, I can fix something though. Our last episode that was just the two of us, and you couldn't think of the word.
Huh?
Do you remember what word you were
No,
trying to
I don't
say?
even remember.
Amalgamation. Does that
Is
sound
that really
familiar?
how you say it though?
I think so.
I feel like
So,
there's
anyways,
a "ia" in there,
a friend of mine,
Amalgamation.
no, amalgamation. Look it up. We're out right now where we're talking. A friend of mine listened to the episode and she texted me that word and she said, amalgamation, the word question mark, love the podcast. And I was like, I think that was it.
That
I
is
was
so
like,
funny that she does that because I watch like when I listen to podcasts and like I hear a creator doing that, I'm just like, that's what you're looking for. And a lot
yeah,
of the times recently, I don't know if it's because we have this, but like when they say something that I either super agree with or like disagree with, I'll speak back as though they can hear me. Yeah, it definitely is what I meant.
yeah,
Amalgamation.
there we go. Thank you so much, Jude, for that comment because
Thank you.
now we are fixed. We've solved one problem today.
Yeah, true.
See, don't you feel better?
Yeah, honestly. Like, I also, have to, like, I like to change my mood. I don't like to say that, but like, I like to change my mood fast. So like this morning, I was in a horrible mood and I'm getting better slowly. Like I can't sit on this feeling for a while.
Oh, you want a quick turnaround. So like when you're feeling bad, you want to do something to like fix it right away?
Well, yeah, but also you said something to me when I got first diagnosed that was like with Crohn's. You're like, okay, we can cry about this for today, but tomorrow we have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just have like kept that, like you can allow yourself time to like be upset, feel your emotions, but like you can't live in your emotions forever because that's not productive.
Yeah. It's where you start. It's not where you stay.
Yeah. So
Oh, good.
I had
2
my little
problems
cry.
solved. Huh? What?
I had my little cry.
Oh, I thought you said, I think I'm going to cry. I was like, right
No,
now?
I already did that. I already did that. I had my little cry and then I got back on the wagon and started doing more work.
And maybe you should do like something self-care. I was actually asking your sister, are you still crocheting? Because you haven't mentioned it lately.
No.
Well, you got to do
Okay.
a little bit of
Okay.
something.
Noosh said the same thing. So my friend that's coming to visit, I was like, I have something to tell you. And she's like, what? And she's like, I was like, I haven't been crocheting recently. And I did. I made things for Valentine's Day, but it's more of like, I don't do it for like self-care anymore. Like I do it because I want to get like a little art piece done. And
Yeah, it's your self-care thing, girl.
yeah,
You got to bring
well,
it back.
yeah. And it's funny because I was like, I've just been so stressed and I feel like like I just don't have time to take care of myself right now. And it's funny. She said her like self-care is reading. She's like, I'm barely reading anymore either. I just feel like I have no time to actually care about myself because there's so many other things.
Well, you got to self-prioritize. You
Yeah.
got to, even if it's 10 minutes in the morning, something, wake up 10 minutes early, do something so that you have something for yourself every day. Because I think a big part of, and whether you believe in imposter syndrome or you don't believe in imposter syndrome, we do have these feelings on a regular basis that we are not enough and that
Yeah.
we're here on a fluke, that we really don't deserve this. And I'm calling bullshit on all of that, right? I mean, we're putting in the work every day to be doing the things that we're doing. And it's our minds telling us that we're not enough or that we're
Yeah.
not capable. And so we're creating those thoughts. So when you look at it that way, you can dismantle those thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to take time for yourself.
Yeah. And you're right. And I think this breakout down that I happened this morning was I haven't been, and I've been so looking forward to this time upcoming because then I was finally going to be like, that's when I'll get my self-care and that's when I'll be able to take care of myself. But that's not the right mindset. I can't put it off until I have a breakdown.
No,
That's not productive. That's not healthy.
you can't. You've got to be doing it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
whatever it is.
wow, Mom.
I went to bed at 8. I went to bed
that thought
at
until we
8:30.
just started talking. That like, yeah, I haven't taken care of myself, and the reason I'm so upset by this is because that's when I was going to.
Oh my gosh, I think we solved 3 problems now today.
Oh, that one is like bringing tears to my eyes a little bit, like in a happy way. Like, girl, like it'll be fine. You just need to take care of yourself.
Yeah, you do. I mean, what I was saying is that last night we started this new thing in our house that we're not watching TV shows during the week. Well, we don't even have cable, but
Wait.
we're watching stuff on Netflix.
Okay,
How
so
what?
like, no, continue what you're saying.
So it's like we can walk the dog or we'll go to the, Millie has a lacrosse game tonight or whatever that we're
Pick up a book.
something. And last night I had worked all day. I was like on my computer for calls and meetings and just again working on my website, all this stuff. And then I said, you know what? I'm actually going to go to bed early. And I was in bed at 8:30, which was like the weirdest thing to me. I was up at 5:30 then today because I had slept enough. So I was like, okay, that's a pretty good self-care thing for me every once in a while to just say, you know what? Put it down, go to bed.
Yeah.
Do something instead of but we like, what do they say? You burn the candle at both ends. Well, guess what's going to happen? You're going to burn in the middle. So you've got to really think about that this week about, okay, what did I do every day? Maybe just set 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Start with that because I know you feel overwhelmed because you have so much going on, but I actually think that it will make you feel less overwhelmed when you do something to prioritize yourself.
Wow, I did not expect to feel this many resolutions right now.
I'm here for you. That's
I
what I
thought this
do.
was just going to be a bitch fest, but I actually feel like I have like an action plan now.
There we go. Okay, well, then
I
we'll
don't have
stop
my
it there.
calendar today because
So make up something.
yeah, I know. I was telling them.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
sorry.
gosh, I don't have my calendar today because honestly, life happens. But I think what I'm going to say here is that you need to do self-care, and self-care is the most important thing for you to feel like you belong somewhere.
Because I love that. You took that away from our 20 minutes together. I feel like my job is done. Mic drop. I'm out.
Yeah, I actually feel a lot better right now. Maybe I'll cancel my therapy session tomorrow.
Kidding. I was like, don't go that far, girl.
That was funny.
Okay, but at least you feel better today.
I do feel a lot better.
Good.
And I hope this episode can make someone feel better and that they're not alone, whatever they're going through, whether it's like imposter syndrome at work or school, or even in like your, I don't know, like your friend group.
Yeah.
So
think about what you've been doing in your life. Like, have you been ignoring yourself?
Sometimes it's, like you're a cool person and everyone's a cool person because we are all interesting in our own ways.
You're being very profound now. I like this.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I'm going to go out and have a better day.
Me too. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. I can't. Joining on us? Really? You
yeah.
want to close it out for me?
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Her Unshakeable Confidence.
Thank you for listening to Her Unshakeable Confidence with Simone and Olivia Knego. We hope this episode has made your day just a little bit brighter and given you the inspiration you need to confidently go about your week. Always remember to be authentically you. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And feel free to connect with them on Instagram at Simone Knego and at Olivia Knego. Till next time.